This video is for educational purposes only. All testing is done in a controlled home lab environment. Do not use these tools on any systems you do not own or have permission to test. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Flipper Zero. I'm going to show you how to set everything up and just give you a brief overview of what you can do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So two things that you're going to need. First, you're going to need a micro SD card, and secondly, you're going to need a USB-C cord that supports data. Once you have those two things, you're going to need to download the QFlipper app, and with the QFlipper app, it allows you to interact with your Flipper Zero while it's connected to your computer. So I have the QFlipper app pulled up along with the Flipper Zero. We're going to click update, and what that's going to do is it's going to download the database onto that SD card. That way we can get our Flipper Zero up and running. So we're just going to click update. I'm going to let that run through, and I'll pick it up once the download is done. Now that we have everything installed, let me show you the firmware update channel. That way you guys get familiar with everything when you do a future update on your Flipper Zero. The release version is the most stable version, and that one you're going to have no bugs. Everything's been QA tested, so you shouldn't have any problems with it. You can do the release candidate, and what that is, you're still going to have the same benefits that you would have with the regular release update. It's just some of that stuff, it's still under QA, so you may get a few bugs here and there. And finally, you have the development version. This has the latest builds, but the only thing is nothing's gone under QA yet. But I have heard some people say that they haven't run into any issues. So me personally, I just prefer the release version. That way we're not running into any problems. Even though this is a fresh install, we're still going to check for updates, and it looks like we don't have any. So let's go ahead, jump into Flipper Zero, and let me show you what all this device can do. So one thing that I like about the QFlipper app, you're able to interact with your Flipper Zero as if you're actually holding it in the palm of your hands. So if you're needing to do any updates or customization using the QFlipper app, it's the way to go. It's just a lot quicker and a lot easier in my opinion. So we're here on the main menu. Let me go over what each of these things can do. That way you guys have a better understanding of what your Flipper Zero can do. So at sub-gigahertz, a lot of garage doors and lights operate at this level right here. Also operating at sub-gigahertz is a lot of car keys that you use to unlock your cars. But a lot of cars nowadays, they use what's called rolling codes, meaning that using your Flipper Zero, you won't be able to unlock somebody's car door. The 125 RFD, think of it as when you check into a hotel, they give you that key card, and in some hotels you place that key card up against the door and it unlocks the door. While using the Flipper Zero, you're able to copy the data from that card onto the Flipper Zero and use the Flipper Zero to unlock your hotel door, for example. Next is the NFC, and that's what your credit cards and your debit cards use. No, when you hold your Flipper Zero up to someone's credit card, it's not going to copy everything on the credit card, at least nothing to where you're able to use that card for malicious intent. It may copy a few little bits and pieces here and there, but nothing to where you'll be able to cause massive harm. Next is infrared, and that's what we use with our TV remotes, things of that nature. Pretty simple and straightforward. Next is the GPIO, and what that allows the Flipper Zero to do, you can plug in a Wi-Fi dev board into the Flipper Zero. Now your Flipper Zero has Wi-Fi access. I have one. In a future video, I'll show you guys how to use that Wi-Fi dev board with your Flipper Zero. Next is the I button function, and if you look on the back of your Flipper Zero, you'll notice three little prongs sticking out. That's where the I button comes into play. What you do is you just touch your Flipper Zero to an I button device, and the Flipper Zero will able to send communications to that I button device. I've never used it. I don't think I ever will, but that's just something for you guys to know in case you may need to use that function. Next is bad USB, and what that does is that allows your Flipper Zero, once it's plugged in to a device, to automatically run whatever script you may already have on your Flipper Zero. Next we have U2F, which is Universal Two-Factor. And I don't know much about this, but from what I've understood, it's two-factor authentication, but in hardware format. And then finally, we have our settings and our apps. So let me show you how to download an app. Here we are, we're on the lab.flipper.net. As you can see here, it has my Flipper Zero pulled up. Let's go ahead and click on the apps tab, and I'll show you all the apps that you can download for your Flipper Zero. First off, just ignore the failed to get the installed applications down on the screen. That was for me, I was just doing some testing before I shot this video. As you can see here, FlipperNet has a plethora of apps that we can download, from games to other tools that we may need in the future. So I'm going to show you how to download one of these apps. That way if you see an app you like and you want to add to your Flipper Zero, you know how to. So we'll take this password manager app for example. All we do is just click install and it downloads, and next thing you know, we have a password manager on our Flipper Zero. So let's go ahead and open up the password manager and let's just add a new password to it. That way we know that everything's working fine. But first, let me show you how to navigate to our password manager app that we installed. We're just going to go back to our home page right here. We're going to go to the apps section, and then we're going to scroll all the way down to tools, and there we see our password manager. So let's click add a new password, and let's just get the ball rolling. Let's just see if everything works fine. And now we have a saved password on our Flipper Zero. So this was just a quick overview, guys. Next video, we're going to take a look at the Wi-Fi capabilities of our Flipper Zero. Down in the comments, let me know how you like the Flipper Zero, if you have one, if you're thinking about getting one, and if you do have one, what apps do you have installed on your Flipper Zero? Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you on the next one.